Greetings interwebs, it's JackitK. It's time. I got a treat for you today, cause today's the day. 8 parts and more in the making, that we're finally gonna get introduced to the final character of Sonic Adventure. And I'll admit, my excitement to finally do this isn't necessarily because this is better or worse than some of the other modes in the game, but more so because I keep thinking that this is the point where this plot element begins, only to realize A, B, and X happen, making me push back the introduction. But it's time, it's finally time to see who this character is and how their role fits into the main story of Sonic Adventure. So, without further ado, let's begin.
Excellent! All systems, full power! Look at me! I'm your brilliant creator, Dr. Robotnik. You're the second of my E100 model machines. E102, codename Gamma! Gamma. That's right. You will now obey only me. The shooting range is through this door. Your big brother, E101 Beta, is there practicing. Enter, Gamma! You're not as advanced as Beta is, but you'll do fine.
How to play as E102 Gamma!
If you play Sonic Adventure 2, you'll already be well at home with the gameplay style of Gamma. Essentially, you hold down B, select targets, release to shoot. Unlike Sonic Adventure 2, you're timed, so if you take too long a level, you'll actually lose a life.
How to clear the game. Try to memorize it.
However, time is really generous in Gamma's story. You should never run out of time, minus the last level of the game. On top of that, when you shoot enemies, you get time bonus that will give you more time to go through the level. Locking on to multiple enemies at once will give you more time than shooting them individually.
Destroy the Sonic target. Destroy the targets, and you'll get extra time.
Sounds like Eggman's on slow broiled, cause I just explained all of that. Unfortunately, this is more of a tutorial than an actual level. So forgive me if I don't get a chance to explain everything I normally talk about in regards to a character on their first stage, because this is a short level. We are already done with it. Thankfully, I know I do a bit of derping around in between this particular point and the next cutscene, so I'll take advantage of that time to finish up the explanations I usually try to do with each character. Because it's impossible to fit all my explanation of Gamma's gameplay into that little level, especially if I'm not going to talk over the glorious Eggman. The only thing control-wise I didn't get a chance to go over is his running animation. It's a bit odd, and I'd rather show it rather than tell it. I'm sure we'll see it happen eventually. It's something you can't really avoid unless you really try. Essentially, he turns his legs into wheels to go a bit faster than he's going currently, but you can't get up the slightest incline, or should I say step, with it. It'll make more sense when we see it. Overall, I like Gamma's gameplay. It's definitely different, and if you're just in here for the running experience of Sonic, I can see why you might not like it. but it's a nice way to change the pace. And I enjoy the story, but I'm not going to say anything more than that. I don't want to accidentally spoil it for anyone who hasn't played this game despite its age. I mean, knowing what I know about this game, I kinda am not surprised that we can't go in there. I was hoping to at least be rewarded with a chow egg or something for our troubles. Oh well, let's move forward with the plot, I suppose.
Good job, Gamma. I didn't think you had what it takes. Okay then, Gamma. Here's your test. If you want to stay on board, you must be able to pass it. So pay attention to what I say. The almighty egg carrier is a flying fortress that needs a good crew. Come forth, Beta. I'd like you to meet your older brother, E101. Just call him Beta. I am pitting the two of you against each other, and the winner serves on my ship. I put my bets on Beta, but I owe you at least a fair chance.
Mission complete.
Ho ho ho! You surprised me, Gamma. I had a funny feeling there was more to you than meets the eye. I hereby grant Gamma permission to serve on board the egg carrier. What? So you want to come along with us, eh? Okay. We could always use a spare set of parts, I guess. You have special permission.
We'll get back to Gamma's mission eventually. Unfortunately, we gotta follow the chronological events of the plot.
Uh-oh. I thought I was in the desert. I wonder where I am.
Don't worry, I'm gonna alleviate you from the majority of my shenanigans. Like going into that room and accidentally glitching out the sound, so I had to go back into that room and back out again. And a lot of flying around I did. I cut out everything except for getting to our next objective, just like I should be doing for a condensed playthrough. Now let's take a quick moment to admire is a ribbon. Our next power up is a ribbon.
You found the rhythm badge. To do continuous tail attacks, hold the action button down.
But seriously, this is the best power-up in Sonic Adventure, and I know you're gonna hate me for the rest of the playthrough, because I refuse not to use this move to cut every single blade of grass in my sight. No grass shall be spared. It is seriously a really helpful move for Tails, making him a lot more viable for attacking purposes. Jeez, I feel like I'm talking about a Pokemon like that, but seriously, I find practical purposes for this, as well as impractical ones, like breakdancing across the entire yard.
The servers are the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Hello there, friend. How are you?
What were you saying before?
Huh. It's something my grandmother taught me. I'm never to forget it. It goes like this. The servers are the 7 chaos. Chaos is power, power enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. But I'm still not sure what it all means. But the number 7 is the same as the number of emeralds there are.
Emeralds?
Forgive me, but I don't think we've ever met before. I'm Tikal, and you are?
So it has been a while since we've last seen our friend the Blue Blur. So allow me to get you reacquainted with where we are in his story. So after running into Amy, she stalked us like she always does and always will do, cause Sonic Team does not believe in character development. Ironically enough, this is probably the least stalkery she'll ever be in the series, cause she actually just needed a bodyguard for a little bird that she found, lost and alone, and being chased by a giant tin can. She ended up storming into a couple's park cause non-boom Amy has no sense of self-control, and we're pursuing her to ensure she doesn't get abducted by the cans. But we lost her anyway, so now she's bound to get kidnapped. But we're gonna try to find her before then anyways. Let's see if our helpful friend the light has anything to say.
Did you walk around the whole city?
Thanks for nothing. I mean, I did just walk by and try to pick up a particular floating object, a random spinning card in the middle of the park, and I mean 2 trees, which is the closest thing this thing has to a park. There we go. An employee car, I bet I can use it to get into that building. But you know, everyone knows that hedgehogs don't work in offices, so no one's gonna buy this. There we go. You go here, old man. I'll take the other elevator, and no one will suspect a thing. Sonic Adventure is a game that's aged well, and has no bugs or glitches. There we go. I guess I just wasn't supposed to spin dash for that area, despite the fact I had all the power and control to spin dash in that area. It's me, it is not the game. Sure, let's roll with that. And you know, while I'm talking, why is this level in Sonic Generations? It's not a bad level in Sonic Generations, but they have 2 city levels in Sonic Generations, when there's so many different types of levels they could have had from Sonic Adventure. Obviously, City Escape is the better of the 2 city levels, and that's what they should have kept. So why did they do this when there were so many other levels? Windy Valley, Snowcap, are just the top 2 that come to mind when I go through it. I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole, but I'm gonna inquire anyways. Is this really people's favorite level from Sonic Adventure? Maybe with some of the other characters I can understand, but out of all the Sonic levels, this is the one that people wanted the most?
Grab onto the helicopter. You should be able to go on further. Beware the propellers are dangerous. Be careful.
Thanks for telling me that. Definitely not too late. I would do a joke along the lines of, what is your favorite Sonic level from this game, and why is it not Radical Highway? But I am legitimately curious how many people think of this as their favorite. Don't get me wrong, it's a good level. I like all the different paths you can go along it. I just feel like some of the levels that we've gone through already, and especially a couple that we're going to run into in the future, would have been just as good and allow for a little bit more diversity in Sonic Generations, because it definitely feels like there's way too many city levels. So, you know, let's go all the way with the facts here. I pulled up a list of levels from the console version of Sonic Generations, and I'm going to read off how many of them are city levels, right here, right now. There's Green Hill, which is no crime. Chemical Plant, which I won't count as a city level. Sky Sanctuary, which is not a city level. Then we get into the city levels. Sonic Adventure city level, Sonic Adventure 2 city level. I'll count the Sonic Hero level as not a city level. There's Crisis City, which is a city level, and also bad. There's a city level in Sonic Unleashed. And then we got Planet Whips, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 4, 6, 8, 9 stages. Just about half of Sonic Generations is city levels. And they could have done so much more to diversify that. I mean, sure you want to include iconic stuff, but I feel like a lot of those stages are just as iconic as some of the non-city stages in the games. My opinion, I'll admit. Besides, the Sonic Generation stage only includes the first half, doesn't include the Daylight area. You know, I was making the video, doing this commentary, thinking, why can't I remember this area from the Sonic Generations version? I definitely don't remember it, and it's because it's not there. I watched a video on YouTube. Also, well-defined game we're playing here, folks. Definitely hasn't aged badly. I mean, they did pick the better half of the stage, but still, I feel like the whole stage deserves a little bit of love at least. I'm not sure if that really balances out all the salt that I definitely have pulled up from all these controversial opinions I'm sure I'm brewing. You know, let's just change the subject to something a lot less, I forgot we're doing Big Cat so soon. Never mind.
Oh no, he's got my little bunny. Glad I found you.
Oops.
Oh, now what am I gonna do?
Sorry, if I had only held on tighter. Sorry, if I had only held on tighter. Now where was I? Oh yeah, the Chaos Emerald. Perfect. This will get my Tornado 2 up and raring to go.
But first... No, Blade the Grass will be safe from my wrath. Gonna get all the rings by murdering all the individual specks of grass. Specks that must have taken so much time and delicate care to program, and I'll save you from all that. To try to exploit more glitches, and by glitches I just mean dorky stuff. So we're gonna fly to Tails' house without activating the cutscene. Eventually, just gotta find a good place to set off from, and here we go! Never mind, that was completely pointless. I'll save you the trouble that inevitably caused from that. Well, I mean, we did fly over Tails' house.
The time has come at last. This new plane should work a lot better. I've ironed out most of the problems. So, here it goes. Emerald, do your stuff. Ready, Sonic? Here I come. Tornado 2, clear for takeoff. Away we go.
We'll see how that flight goes soon enough, but I think we should check up on what Sonic and Amy are up to in the next episode. Will Tails live? Sorry for leaving on such a huge cliffhanger, especially when I'm telling you in advance that we're not going to get to it right away. But hopefully we'll come back to Tails in the episode. No promises. Gotta follow the timeline before my own personal interests. That's the whole purpose behind this project after all. Either way, I'm sure it'll be fun to have in the next episode. See you then, and take care.